I left my phone downstairs. You are live.
Yes.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oops. You are tuned in to Transitions, Life, Lessons, and Legacy. I am Hyacinth Henderson, joined today with my father,
Yes.
Mr. Robert
Robert Henderson
Jr.
Jr. Yes. Certified financial planner, certified tax coach. I'm here in live and filled with so much gratitude. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you grateful for right now in this
Oh
moment?
my
Don't think
God.
about it.
Can we
Just say,
count the
yeah.
ways? Just for me to be able to see you.
Good.
Oh my God. Just for me to be able to take in this breath.
Mm,
Breathe in and breathe out.
mhm.
That is a phenomenon.
It
It
is.
really is so much to be grateful
Mhm,
for. But I want to talk about the pros and the cons. Oh no, not the cons. Ain't no cons in
mhm,
gratitude. I want to talk about
mhm,
how do you find gratitude during difficult times, or is
mhm.
it most people we just find gratitude when things are happy, like my granddaughter, your daughter,
Graduated
graduate,
college.
graduated from college the other day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, and you had like front row seats.
Yes.
Mother
But
pulled that off,
mom, I
and
had to.
you find gratitude. You're
Mhm,
so thankful, but I think that's pretty easy to find, gratitude during joyful times.
mhm,
I think the real power comes in when you can think of gratitude during difficult times.
mhm. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. It's kind of like when we say, don't, go to the higher power or only when something's wrong, right?
Yes.
Don't pray only when something's wrong. And that's interesting because I was thinking about that this AM as I was like overcome with gratitude, right? So
Yes.
my daughter graduated Monday. We had her graduation dinner last night. Sunday we had graduation photos. So it's just been so much.
All
And
week. Yeah.
oh my gosh. So I just fell into a space of gratitude this AM,
Yeah.
just being thankful and grateful and just, oh my gosh, this whole process. And I was thinking about, the power of prayer and the power of covering your children. And it made me think about the fact that sometimes people only pray or give thanks when only pray when something is wrong, when
Uh
there are
huh.
challenges in their life,
Uh huh.
or only, give thanks when everything is more positive in their life. And I was like, wow, this is such an interesting space that we could do so much more if we really understood what gratitude, bless you, excuse you, if we knew what gratitude was about.
Yeah. I like Veronica says, I'm grateful. I haven't lost all my money in this current market.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she said, but
That's me
real,
in the
she's
chat.
grateful. She know things doesn't last
Yeah.
long. Trouble
Trouble
don't
doesn't
last
last
long. For
always.
this too shall pass.
That's great. That's a great point, Veronica, too. It made me think about a church song back in the days. It says, I found gratitude in knowing trouble doesn't last always. And I think that answers your question, Mr. Henderson, when you say, it's easy when things are up, but how do you find gratitude in troubling situations,
Yes. Yes.
challenging situations?
Yes, I think that's where the power comes in. And there's something also in terms of the spiritual world, in the invisible world, because as soon as you start focusing not so much and being slave to the senses, the five senses, we talked about that what, a week or two
Mm-hmm.
ago.
About maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when you can release from being such a slave to the five senses and you start finding gratitude, I think there's a connection where you prosper more. And when I mean prosper, I'm not just talking about dollars and cents, but in terms of life and expansion and growing. When you're grateful for what you have, for days you should have more. That is something I think very, very spiritual because you want to acknowledge, you don't want to just, ignore it. I'm grateful I can see, I'm grateful I can speak, I'm grateful that wherever I am,
Mm-hmm.
grateful to know that I'm in my right mind. I mean, it's so many things to be grateful about. But I think that, people and, social media, and just the media in general seem like it, especially the news. Oh my God, the local news we just inundate all of us. We just inundated with a whole lot of negative, doom and gloom, doom and
Mm-hmm.
gloom, doom and gloom. And that's like opposite of being grateful.
Yeah, I think I'm glad that you brought in media and things like that. I think largely people are conditioned to lead with negativity first. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with somebody and they were calling me back for an update. And the update, when I answered the phone, it was negative, negative, negative. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready and I'm like, okay, well, did you XYZ? Oh, yeah, we got it done. And I said, you have to lead with the positive. You have to lead with the positive. And I was getting ready for the dinner, so I didn't go into that. But it made me realize how many people And I say, gosh, we need to ask this question. And look at you come up with this topic today. How often do you lead with negativity? Do
Mm-hmm.
you start talking about your problems first? Do you start talking about what's going wrong? Like if you just pay attention to that and say, wow, am I leading with complaining? Am I leading with shining the spotlight on my problems? Because whatever you bring attention to, what you is going to grow.
Yeah.
So I think that that's so important to recognize that we've been conditioned that way and that you can make a difference. You can stop.
Yeah. You just made me bringing that up, and the way you just brought that up made me think of something I heard a long time. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a man who complained that he only had two pair of shoes until he came upon a man that had no feet.
Mm, mm, that's deep.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you make that up?
No,
Oh.
I've heard that like 30, 40 years ago,
I know you deep.
and
So.
it tells you about, oh my God, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're complaining about you only have two pair of shoes, and then you come across a man who have no feet,
Mm-hmm.
0.
Mm-hmm.
And here you complaining about you want more shoes.
Mm-hmm. And it's nothing wrong to want more,
No,
but not you don't have to complain about it.
gratitude.
Right, because if you focus on what you want and what you desire, that's how you bring it into manifestation. That's how you bring it into
Exactly.
the physical world. You don't bring what you
Don't want.
want into the physical world by focusing on what you don't want. When you focus on what you don't want, you bring more of that into your
You give
life.
a lot of energy and a lot of power to that.
Right, 1,000%. It's so interesting. I'm glad that you brought in the spiritual component of this because when I look at gratitude, I because I told somebody today, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Never, ever, ever forget that. So it sounds like words, but breaking that down, it means that everything starts in the spiritual realm first.
Yeah, because you can't see it.
You can't see it. It starts in the spiritual realm first. And the physical manifestation, what we can see, you, how you look, how you act, whatever, that is a reflection of the inner, the unseen, the spiritual, right? So when I look at gratitude, and in times where I may be facing challenges because we're having a human experience. So sometimes we have challenging moments. We have to deal with other people. I was in the mall Saturday and dealing with humans was just a completely I was like, Hyacinth, you need to get out more so you can acclimate to this again. Like, girl, get out, right? So and I'm saying that to say I don't want anybody to be under the false assumption, oppression, or illusion, impression or illusion that we're saying, oh, you always have to be this way or that way. No, you're having a human experience. There are going to be some stuff where you like, you know what? I know y'all talking about gratitude, but let me tell you something. I am angry right now. Like I am pissed off. Like, right. So here's how I
That's that
view
human
gratitude.
experience,
Right.
right?
That's the human experience.
Right.
And it's okay because that's what you're here for, to experience things so that you
Expand.
can make changes. So when I'm when I'm in a period of challenges and I need to get back into gratitude, this is what I look at. And this is a secret. It's a very life-changing secret. I look at gratitude as the lever that's going to move me up the scale to more. So I really look at we vibrations. I look at frequency. And so when I am low vibrating, when I am focusing on the negative, when we are focusing on what's going wrong, when we're not being very positive and grateful, we are vibrating low. If you want more, if you want something different, if you and we're constantly expanding, then you have to say, let me get in my gratitude cart, go kart, and let me drive this thing up the frequency. I want to go up, up, up. What do you mean by that, Hyacinth? You got to be grateful to get more. You can't move higher without gratitude. So even in the moments where it's challenging, there is something that you can be grateful for. Even looking at your situation, if you're watching this on a mobile device or on the internet or whatever the case may be, that is something that you can be grateful for. Even if you are without shelter, even if you don't have a home to call your own, you may be in, living with someone or whatever the case may be. If you have the capability to be able to watch this on the internet, you can start your gratitude journey there and then start thinking about other things to be grateful for.
So there is far more to be grateful
Mhm.
about than not.
Mhm.
I mean, a whole lot more. Just your mere existence.
And you have to be intentional about it.
Yes.
I think that's what they need to really understand.
I think there's a big interference with the spiritual and understanding and the five senses. We talked about this. These five senses, what you see, touch, hear, smell, taste, that really run interference from a lot of the truth that we're looking for. I mean, it really does, because it kind of clouds it. It interferes with the truth because you smell it, to taste it, feel it. It kind of it really just interferes with what's real. And like you said, all creation, everything that you see that comes into view first was unseen.
Absolutely.
And everything everything that's seen is more like, I would like to say, like I would say leftover dinner.
Yes.
Leftovers.
You're eating second day old stuff, right?
Right. Everything that you see
absolutely
is second days, because somebody thought about it. That's first.
That's old. That's right.
And then once they thought about it, they put action in, they created it, and now you see it. But that's not where the power is.
Yeah.
The power is always in the unseen. So if you're just joining us for the first time, how you doing, Mario? How you doing, Tracy? How you doing, Miss Redhead, Mr. Redhead? We're talking about just the power, very powerful, and the power in gratitude, being thankful. It makes you feel good. Last night when we had dinner for my granddaughter for graduation, and I see you picked a very nice place, and the people, when I sat there and I came in, and the mixture of nationalities, the mixture of gender, the different people. And I just felt that the people, it was just love. And I felt so good. And I seen the people around there. I seen Kyla's father come from Georgia. He brought his brothers,
his son.
Yeah, and Maurice, and and my grandsons, and my grandkids, and and I seen that. And then I seen some people I hadn't seen in a while since. I mean, Kyla had. I mean, she'll be 22 years old coming up in August. But there was some kids there that she knew since she was 10 years old. And to have that, and they were all walks of life, all nationalities. And when I looked at that and I said, oh, this is what love and what's goodness is about. I felt so good about it. I got off my table, I came with the Hyacinth, and I said, hey, I'm paying for all this. It just made me feel good.
I love that.
I said, I love that. I just felt good. I'm paying for all this.
I was like, okay.
And she was like, oh, okay.
That's
I just felt good. I'm like, man, forget about money. We just gonna, this is just love. This is just good stuff.
But the energy, when you're grateful, when you're vibrating high like that, you're like, oh my gosh.
I just felt really good. And I was talking to, talking to everybody. People was just, you could just feel, that they were just genuine. It's good people, it was a happy occasion. And the world needs more of that. You know
what I said to her father today? And I think this is interesting. I know we're kind of shifting topic a little bit, but somebody needs to hear this, right? Somebody needs to hear this. I said to him, I said, I was 19, so pregnant at 18, had her at 19. I think he's like 3 years older than me. So we were babies. We were young when we had her. I said, for us to have journeyed 22 years through the challenges, the roadblocks, the ups, the downs, the whatever the case may be during that time, and to still show up as a united front, not just being cordial, not just, okay, hi, how you doing? But actually to be able to talk and laugh and, have friendship.
And that wasn't always so.
Right. There were periods of time.
That's right.
Right. And so for us to just, and my daughter said that, she kept saying, oh my gosh. And her school ended up putting us on their Instagram page, catching the college in such a gratitude moment together. And so you can co-parent successfully. You can co-parent successfully. It takes a lot of intention from you, and it definitely starts with gratitude, right? So as Mr. Henderson said, it wasn't always that way. I raised Kyla not to eat pork. He used to give my baby pork Lunchables on purpose.
Not me now.
Right.
You talking
the
about
dad, right? And so
father,
I remember crying and just like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And things. So just to share with you some of the things that we have grown
she
past.
She brought it up last night too, didn't she?
I couldn't hear.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. She said,
thank you, my grandfather. I mean, he told us, he always told me to read. Right. The more you read, the richer you get, and to do not eat any pork.
Your grandson interjected that.
Yeah.
He interjected in front of everyone. We don't know if they eat pork or not.
I know.
He said, don't forget, Grandpa said, don't eat pork because pork makes you dumb.
Oh,
during the speech.
I didn't hear that.
He said that. He said that part.
But anyway.
But the point is, to be able to just give gratitude for the little moments along the way, and they get you here.
Yes.
They get, so whatever it is, whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're going through, whatever it is, you have to find. I always tell people that gratitude is like a thread on a good sweater. Like you get a sweater, and if you have a little snag on that sweater, it's like, okay, don't pull it, because if you pull it, you don't know what may happen. It
That's
may
right.
just unravel. Gratitude, all you need is a thread. All you need is a thread. Just find one thing to be grateful for
And we all could, I'm telling you
and
something,
start down that
and it's a lot. If you are
path. Yeah.
a certain age, and the
Mhm.
older you are, oh my God, you have even more journaling to do in terms of gratitude, because
Yeah.
the older you are, you have more experiences.
Mhm.
I mean, you 70 years old, you got a whole lot to be thankful for from somebody, changing your diaper, or you just eating, I mean, and the thing about being thankful is that a lot of times we don't know where it's going to go. But as you grow in consciousness, you can look back something that you didn't thank somebody for. You thought that they might have meant it as bad, or you might have looked at it as being bad. But later on, you say that was good, and I'm thankful that that person was tough on me or hard on me. All of that is part of gratitude, and most of us don't see it when it's happening right there. We don't know. Take your medicine, do this, is good for. It's like a trainer saying, hey, I want you to do extra sit-ups. You're like, oh my God, I don't like this trainer. But later on, you're happy because that trainer had you do more sit-ups, and now you're doing sit-ups, and you say, oh my God, I'm glad I had somebody tough on me, or I'm glad I had somebody who wasn't taking no for an answer, whatever. But when you think about gratitude, it is empowering if you pay attention to it. For this too shall pass. And it gets better, and it's part of your expansion. It really, really is. So to hold something and be in the back and saying, hey, you, each and every one of us are different. We talked about that. And you're going to run across different humans, different spirits. You really are. But they're all for your collective education and understanding. You're witnessing. All of us bear witness. It just depends if we're paying attention or not. And to pay attention is very, very powerful. Be more intentional. Pay attention. Know what is good. And you might not know right away, but be thankful just to be able to grasp it. Even something that's happening bad to you, thankful for the experience.
Do you think gratitude and faith are kissing cousins? Do you think they're aligned?
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all truth are cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They're related to, right on with love.
Mm-hmm.
All truth, everything, all truth. Now, some people can say, hey, what's your truth, not my truth. But when I'm talking about truth, I'm thinking more about harmony, love, harmony, a peace, love, things that just gel together, and piano. Some people that can't play the piano, you just go up there and you start hitting the keys. It's just going to sound like you can tell you can't play the piano. But when you harmonize, when you play, people can tell you know how to play because all of it is in harmony. And when your life is in harmony, we can tell too. You can tell too. But when it's in disarray and you're out of harmony, then it doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good. And no one can deny that. Check yourself.
Yeah.
Are you in harmony?
Yeah, I like that. I like that bringing faith into the conversation of gratitude as well, because as you're being grateful, especially in times that are challenging,
Yes.
right? As you're being grateful during the challenging times, there's a certain level of faith that, okay, I'm being grateful for what I have, but I have the faith that it's not always going to be this way.
Yes.
Yesterday I was looking at the graduation photos from high school graduation. So these phones, they do what they are like people, right? So as soon as we left the college graduation on Monday, the iPhone says, oh, here's a memory for you. And it's high school graduation.
Wow.
Now, high school graduation was in June. We're in May. So I can't even say it's a year. So they recognize maybe the cap and gown or whatever. Anyway, the algorithm. So as I was looking at that and I was looking at the photos and I saw a picture of Tavares in there. And I said, this was in 2018. And he said, that's the year he started working.
Wow.
And he had more hair. I said, look at you, you have more hair. Have we stressed you out? you know, things like that. But time seemed to have changed so quickly. I look at my son's photos night and day from then to now. So I'm sharing this example because as you are walking in faith and having gratitude, ask yourself, where were you 4 years ago? 2018 was the year before COVID-19. I had to remember and connect that, gosh, we did go to Morocco in 2019, the
Yeah.
same year of COVID-19. So if you're having faith and if you're giving gratitude, think about the fact that things are always changing. So faith is going to require you to recognize and to believe that it's not always going to be this way. Things are not always going to be this way, whether they are positive experiences, more challenging experiences, whatever it is. It has to change. Something has to shift. Things don't stay the same. Your high school has changed since you left. You have changed since last year. You look at your pre-pandemic photos and your post-pandemic photos, you have changed. So looking at that, then you can say, okay, let me give thanks for where I am and what I have right now, because I know that I'm not going to be in this space forever. There is going to be some change because I have proof. I can look back and see where I was and where I am now. And the change, although when you look back on photos, it appears to be so drastic, it was little subtle moments.
Yeah, you made me think about, because last night when we came home,
Mm-hmm.
Mom said that she was over her mother's house and cleaning out the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and she came across a 1976 high school graduation yearbook.
Wow.
She picks it up, she
Mm-hmm.
opens it, and
Mm-hmm.
she opens it. It's on my page. My
Oh my
face is right
goodness.
there.
Oh my goodness.
And then so she brought it home,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at my picture, and I'm like, holy cow. Matter of fact, I meant to bring it in to show you
Mhm.
all in the office here,
Mhm.
And I'm all through the yearbook. Matter of fact, I was going through the halls and people were taking pictures.
Mhm.
I just to get in the picture.
Oh my goodness. You were having a good time.
Yes.
Wow.
But being thankful
Mhm.
and showing gratitude from how far you have come. Now, all of us have, trust me, listen, to grow is to make mistakes. I want to say it again, really, because you have to experience something that you've never done. And there's not too many people that can experience something that they never done, and you do it super well right then. No, perfection, excellence comes in doing it over and over repetitiously. So anytime you see anyone who is really good at what they do, or even carrying themselves in a good, respectable way, someone who is carrying themselves in terms of being enlightened, I want you to know that person is thankful for all of the experiences that have helped them to get to where they are. None of us are perfect. Now, we're spiritual beings, and we're just enslaved with these five senses that we just think that controls us. But to get past that, if you think about a whole lot of things, sometimes, man, you've been in some dire straits. You've been in some ruts, man. You've been in some places where you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of here.
Mhm.
You've been in some places where you think you wish you can just snap your fingers and disappear.
Mhm.
But that was a long time ago, and you could be in them right now.
Mhm.
But I want to say, be grateful for the experience, because if it doesn't kill you, it's going to make you grow and expand and learn. But you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Being thankful for the experiences of life. Yeah. Yeah.
And take assessments of the tools that you have. As you were speaking, I got a visual of being in a space you don't want to be in, and I'm like, well, you have some tools. There are some tools that you have.
Yeah.
So be grateful for this little tool that you have to move forward. And then you mentioned five senses. You said enslaved, and what came to mind is that most humans, most people, allow the five senses to become our masters.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of recognizing them as gifts.
Yes.
They are gifts that you get to use when you need to use them. You are not enslaved to them. My nose told me this. My taste buds, my eyes told me this. I must do it. That's being enslaved to your five senses. Using it as a gift understands my inner being. A little voice is telling me to do this. I'm connected. And I'm going to then use the gift if I need to. I can use the gift of sight. I can use the gift of taste. I can use them as gifts. So exploring the difference between seeing your five senses as your master
Yes.
versus as gifts,
Yes.
as tools that you get to use and put back and say, it's not time for you to come out right now.
Yes. And what you're
It's a game
saying
changer.
is so self-evident, because you could lose the gift of sight, but that's not the end of your life.
That's right.
That is one of the senses.
That's right.
You can still carry on.
What other tools do you have? What you gonna do?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not just bound by sight.
No.
You're not even just, what if you use your ear, hearing?
Mhm.
Is it over for you?
Mm-mm.
No. What if you
Mhm.
lose the sense of taste?
Mhm.
Are you going to starve now?
Nope.
Is it over for you?
No.
That really, those are evidence that we are more bigger, more powerful than our five senses. But most of us have been programmed, and through habit have told ourselves that our five senses are us. But we're not. The five senses, we are the masters of our five senses. But you know what we're saying is kind of deep, you know, because the only reason why I'm saying it's kind of deep is because it hasn't been constantly explained or taught to us, and it's not like embedded in our subconscious mind, and hasn't become a habit. And we know that when you continue to think and feel and know something habitually, it becomes a part of you. And what we're saying right now, it could be new to some people.
And you know what? It is deep. I'm glad that you say that. It is deep. However, we are throwing you life rafts. We are not leaving you out in the deep, because we've been doing this for a long time. Me 20 plus years, you 30 plus years. It's time for y'all to get in the deep. We're taking y'all out of the kiddie pool. It's time. It's time. The world is expanding. Things are changing. We don't want to keep you stuck and stagnant. We want you to go deeper. However, we're not saying sink or swim, right? Like, get out there. We're throwing you overboard and you have to figure it out. That is why we do these episodes, so that we can connect with you and give you examples, share our stories, our experiences, and say, okay, you're in the deep, but it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the deep, but you got a life jacket on. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna guide you over here. I'm not gonna let you, I'm not gonna lead you to the sharks. Just pay attention. You know what I mean? So it is deep.
So you think that our audience, do you think that the people that are listening to us, do you think that they can, what if we said, can you dedicate today on being positive and being intentionally grateful for where you are, what you have, and how far you've come? If we can just go every moment thinking about, man, I'm so glad I can smell. I'm so glad I can see. I'm so glad I could see you. You know, I'm so glad I could hear. I'm so glad I could even, pick up my phone. I'm so glad I even have a cell phone. If we do that, I think a lot of stress will go. I think if you just do that just for one day, just try it. Just being grateful. Can you imagine that?
It's life changing.
Can you imagine that? Because the person that want to come to you and talk about negative stuff, you're like, no. I'm so grateful to see you. Oh man, that's a beautiful fabric that you have on. I'm grateful that there's the sun. I'm grateful that I could breathe. I mean, can you imagine just doing that for one day? How much that will change your whole mindset? Have anybody ever done that? Just been the whole day just being grateful.
I say gratitude is the key that unlocks doors that once appeared, not word, that appeared, that looked like they were cemented shut. That gratitude. So I love that. Be grateful, just be intentionally. And so a lot of times you'll see me like with my words, it's because I'm choosing my words very carefully. It is a choice. Being in gratitude is a choice. Being intentionally grateful is a choice. You may have to say, oh, no, I didn't mean to say like, oh, let me do this. Oh, I'm complaining about this. Let me bring it back. Oh, it is hot outside, but it's not raining. You have to kind of bring yourself back and give yourself that grace to say, you know what? I'm having a human experience. I'm not perfect. I got to work through this. And I am going to consistently work towards being consistently grateful.
Oh man.
It's a game changer.
So I say, why don't we just, because we can do it if we want to, since we are the masters of ourselves, right here on Facebook, right with you all. Today we declare Grateful Day. We want everybody to be grateful for the whole day.
On May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
That's right. May the 4th. Today, I want each and every one of y'all, no complaining, no complaining. Be grateful. If you see a food coming your way, be grateful you can spot that food. That's a food. You know what I mean? I just want you to just be grateful. See how it feels. I bet you there's some sort of empowering spiritual feeling that you'll come. A lot of burden comes off you, right?
Yeah.
I'm just grateful to be able to get in this old car. Listen, at least I'm grateful to
Driving.
catch the bus.
Yep.
I'm grateful. Why don't we try? Let's see how. And next Wednesday, I want you guys to Wednesday when we come back on, I want you guys to give us some feedback if you tried that for the day. And you might like it today so much until you want to do it tomorrow.
Yes.
It may just get you high. You may have a natural highness. Matter of fact, at the Henderson Financial Group, today is Grateful Day.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude. We just thank you. Hear that, Antonio? Hey, you hear that, T? Thankful. We just gratitude. I like the look what Shay says. Hey, Shay, are you grateful?
What are you grateful for?
Yes.
What are you grateful for? Think about that. I think I know that it's a game changer. So be intentional with it. It does take consistent work. However, you can do it. As Mr. Henderson, as he talked about someone coming your way and they're complaining and you hit them with gratitude. What this does is it reminds you of your power that you have to control your life. So let me give you an example. So imagine that there is someone who's coming towards you or talking to you and they're just being negative or whatever the case may be. And you are being positive and you're being grateful. You're trying to shift the subject and things like that. And they continue to go down that road. Guess what you can say? Oh, child, I got to call you back. Oh, wait, let me go over here. You can do the church move. You can do all of that, right? And so before, it'll be a moment where you reflect and say, you know what, before I would have sat in that. Now I have excused myself. I got off the phone. I disengaged from the text. I put the text on silent. I did all of these things. So doing and being intentionally grateful and walking in the spirit of gratitude will also help you realign and reconnect with the power that you have within. Because believe it or not, a lot of people are held hostage in relationships. Y'all don't even realize you be held hostage in conversations. The conversation just as negative can be, but you're like, okay, I got to just put up with this. Practicing gratitude will show you that I don't have to put up with this. And then you'll say, you know what? I can do this in other areas of my life. So it's empowering. Gratitude is also empowering for you. It's for you. It's not for me. You being grateful and saying your gratitude affirmations and making May 4th Gratitude Day has nothing to do with me. Has everything to do with you. Has nothing to do with Mr. Henderson. So I love that Shay says, grateful. I woke up with the ability to take advantage of today. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shay says,
so do you think that when you are showing gratitude, do you think the universe just gives you more? And
1000%.
Yeah,
you're so happy with what you have. Well, I'm gonna give you more of what you have.
So you think the invisible world just, the doors just open, people
Absolutely.
just come.
If you're complaining, why am I gonna give you some good stuff?
Yeah. You think it's illuminating when you inside of you is just grateful. You think it's just like an invisible rays. Just illuminating.
The aura.
Yeah, okay.
The aura.
That's
what you meant. The aura. Does your aura show? Yes.
The attraction.
Your aura be auraing.
No, so it's like a magnet.
Yeah.
So the more you are being intentionally grateful and showing gratitude, you telling me that it's magical that you will get more of that.
Absolutely. 1000%.
Hey, y'all, we have to try.
It's a magnet.
What do you have to lose?
Nothing.
Just be intentional, show gratitude, humbleness. Thank you.
You can flex a little light flex. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want you all to let's try it today, because when we do this together, we're a team, man. Let's do it together.
They said yes. How about this? Drop a 1 in the comments if you're going to make May 4th the day of gratitude. May the 4th be with you.
The rest of the day.
Are you getting my joke when I say May the 4th be with you?
Yeah, I'm getting it. May the 4th.
Right.
May the 4th be with you.
Right. Yeah. Like, don't let that go over your heads. Okay. Drop a 1 in the comments if that's going to be your day. Just do it today. Drop a 1 in the comment section if you're going to do that. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And let's see how your life
I've never
shifts.
done this. And just thinking about this is a switch.
Good for
I've
you.
never just been, showing gratitude and thankful for the whole day.
You're going to love it.
And I can feel it because I've never done that. It's like an experience.
You know what I'm going to challenge you to do?
What?
I'm going to challenge you to do it for 21 days. You can do it. You just did a raw 21 day. You did raw 21 days.
1,000-mile journey begins with one step.
And today is day one of your day 2 of 20 days to go.
I mean,
you
when
can
you
do
set
it.
goals, you just say, okay, let's just do it today, man.
Well, really, when you're telling them to do it one day, people know me. Like when we have one-on-one, I ain't telling you to do nothing for one day. We doing 21 days.
No, but listen, if it feels so good today
for you,
I know it's gonna feel good. I know it's gonna feel very good for me today.
Can you do 21 days?
Yes, I can. Because listen, let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm a creature of habit.
Okay.
So when I do it today and I feel like, oh my God, I never felt like this. This has never happened to me. I never even thought I'm 63 years old. I've never done that. And I'm just going to be thankful and grateful today. And then I know it's going to make me feel like I've never felt before because I've never done this. That's why I'm really interested in doing it. For real. Okay. And then if it feels that good, you darn right I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Good. And we're going to remind you. It's gratitude.
What about you now?
I do this. I do this. Our gratitude journal in the AM. My people that are on here that work with me one-on-one, y'all better tell Mr. Henderson what we do with gratitude.
No, we need to feel. We ain't talking about no talking.
We eat gratitude for dinner.
We do. Need to feel
all right.
Oh, thank you. I'm so thankful.
We eat gratitude
we
for
all
breakfast,
gonna do this
lunch,
together.
and dinner.
And we're gonna report back. If y'all fail, fall off the wagon, just submit. But you can get back on. But I'm telling you, I know that it is going to be a feeling out of this world that most of us have never felt. I've never spent the whole entire day just being thankful and consciously being thankful and showing gratitude. I just figure like, okay, it is. Okay, but I'm going to intentionally say, oh man.
I love that for you so much. I really do.
What's going to be for me now? I know it's going to have an effect on you, but I need to see yours too.
I love that.
I need to see yours too.
You see it. Now you're going to be able to see it more now that you're doing it. You're going to be like, oh, that's why she like this. Okay.
Last night I was so thankful and I was so blessed and I felt so good, man. I just said, hey, seeing actors pay for all this. You know what I mean? Okay. And that I felt it. I'm like, oh my God, I love this.
So you're continuing that momentum.
Yeah.
So that energy, that momentum.
Why do you think today I came to the office? I said, hi, I want to talk about gratitude.
I love that. That's very powerful. Let me show you how powerful this is, because when we retire at night, when we lay down and go to rest, some people call it sleep. When you lay down and go to rest, everything resets. So your vibration resets, right? So you don't want to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You can literally rise in the AM and say, you know what? I have a choice to be this. So to know that gratitude was so powerful, that energy from last night that had you just you went to rest and then you rose and you still came and you're like, let's talk about gratitude. That is a testament to how powerful gratitude is. It is a testament. When I shared about my journey with my daughter's father and us raising her and things, and Miss Henderson said it wasn't always that way. I remember the times that I had to lean into gratitude and what I was grateful for, and that is what got us to being to the point that we were able to move forward and not stay anchored. Because y'all know there are a lot of people who co-parent and they can't stand each other. They can't stand each other, and it doesn't really help the child. That's a topic for a different day.
At all.
However, being in gratitude, I am witness to tell you, not witness, I've experienced it. If you see us, you'll be like, oh my gosh, the same way through those challenging times, those real tough times when your girl was still in the streets. Okay. But I made it through.
Grateful for that. Grateful for that experience.
Yeah.
Grateful.
So gratitude is so powerful. I love that you brought this to the show today.
Yes.
Do you want to add anything else before we go?
No. We got to get out of here. I'm so thankful to be able to go and help some people, because we got a lot of people to share and help. There's some stuff I got to talk to Antonio about, the real estate stuff. I mean, there's stuff that's going on. We got to continue to do our annual reviews. I'm just so grateful to be able to do this and to serve. Oh my God, it makes me feel so good. I'm so grateful. Yes. No, hey, listen, y'all. If y'all gonna do this grateful thing with me, Tony, I hear you laughing back there. Okay, I hear you laughing, Tony. Okay, if y'all gonna do this grateful thing, y'all got to get the feeling, because we're gonna report back next Saturday. Okay, I'm so
next grateful. Wednesday.
Yeah, excuse me. Next, I should bring this on Saturday too. I should talk about this too.
I think last Saturday on the second show on Understanding Money Part 2.
Yes.
You had a phenomenal guest.
Wasn't she amazing?
Phenomenal
Oh my God,
guest.
mental psychologist, right?
Oh my gosh. And she brought
Spiritual.
in the spirit. Oh, I
Oh my
said,
goodness.
yes. This is what we
Saturday
need.
school.
It was wonderful. And so if you
Yes.
did not watch the Understanding Money Part 2 show with Mr. Henderson, James T, and special guest Dr. Hall, please go on the Facebook page and watch it. I will certainly put that one on the YouTube page as well. Watch it. What I loved about our guest is she is in the mental health field.
We're so grateful for her.
And mental health is, don't let Junebug come out.
We're today, I'm being grateful.
Mental health is very
everything I'm grateful for.
Important. Mental health is very important. However, what I really like about her is she incorporates spirituality and wellness into her mental health practice. That is so important because spirituality is the foundation to everything. If not, you are putting wallpaper over a gaping hole in the wall. Wow. She ain't about that. Wow. She's like, let's get down. And I love that so much. So watch that episode. And we are grateful for her. I'm grateful that you had that. I'm grateful. I'm no longer fasting. Ramadan ended the fast for Wednesdays. Yeah. I was fasting.
Oh my goodness. That's what you saw. You're grateful you have gotten past that, right?
Yes.
You've learned a lot. You're grateful for the teaching, the understanding.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a great deal.
And you
too.
Expanded mentally and spiritually.
I enjoyed it. It was phenomenal.
That's good.
It was the strongest, if I could say that, Ramadan that I've observed since I've been doing this. This is my maybe 5th year.
Oh man.
I didn't realize
that means you're growing. If it's strong, it's getting good, better, best, never let them rest.
Until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best.
That's right. That means growth. You should always be getting better. So today we know we affirm today is grateful day. I want you in your own to be seriously about being thankful. You got to go out and blab it all out in the news, but you don't have to go out in the street holler. I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to just say, it's going to make you feel good, man. And we want to feel good. Yes. And when you impregnate that subconscious mind with those good thoughts, it will bring more goodness to you. So it'll say, oh, she grateful for this. Well, I'm only bringing some more stuff to be grateful about. Right. I'm telling you, man, let's all experiment this for the first time ever together. Okay, so now listen, on Wednesday, you all know that me and my daughter Hyacinth, we talk about this mind stuff, not with the 5 senses, but the mind stuff, subconscious mind, understanding, belief, faith, all of this. And it's a prerequisite to get you ready to deal with the 5 senses stuff that can wreck you, make you miserable and sad. But you got to have the mind stuff in order to deal with the 5 senses stuff, because the mind stuff is the master and the 5 senses, we master over them. Mm-hmm. That's not so clear to most people. Most people have it backwards. They feel, and what they see, and what they taste, and what they hear controls them and their action. No. What you think, the mind stuff controls those 5 senses. Mm-hmm. The mind stuff is the steering wheel of the car, okay? Not backwards, all right?
I love that you're breaking that down. So what I'm hearing, and I talk to people about this, when you're setting intention, when you're praying, when you're doing whatever it is that you do, whatever your practice is, please don't pray for the result.
Right.
Don't pray for the result. You are the one, like, you have to pray for the process. Pray yourself through that process. That's what do you need? Who do you need to be? What do you need to see?
And what she said, listen, when she said don't pray for the result, don't be praying for no money.
Right. Don't pray for the result.
You got to pray for something to make the money.
Yeah.
You got to create something.
Yeah.
Then the money comes. The money is always secondary. It's always it's like you praying for food. No, who gonna cook?
Yeah, don't pray for the result. And so I'm gonna give you before. Well, you could have a chef.
Whoa,
but
that always come first.
Right.
Eat.
Right.
Eat like a caveman.
Yeah.
No. You have to go out and get the hunter, do something.
You gotta serve. You have to do something. So I'm gonna share 3 things that I always affirm every day: is creativity, clarity, and prosperity. Prosperity is in last place. It's the clarity and creativity that's most important. So when you're thinking about your desires and you're thinking about who you want to be and the life that you want to live, you have to think from that space. Don't pray for the result. Don't ask for the result. Ask for so that you can be in a position to be able to make moves. Because ain't nobody giving you nothing for free. Really.
The cause, not the effect.
So
okay, so like we said, today is, and I know it's going to be tough for a lot of people, but listen, you can do it because it's easy, because you're the master of your thoughts. And you have to do it because you owe yourself a change. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing it. Heisey doing it. We want you to do it with us.
They said yes. They are on board. They
But
have
I
set it
want,
and
yeah,
forget
I
it.
want to feel it. I want to feel it.
I feel
You
it. I
feel
have
it?
faith in them. They
All
can
right,
do
go
it.
ahead. There
They're
you
gonna do
go.
it right. I love this. I
All
just
right.
love this so much
All
for
right.
you. Come
All
on
right.
over, Pops. Come on over. Yes, yes, yes. All
Today,
right.
grateful day, gratitude day. Love y'all. Okay.
Yes. Peace.
What's coming up
So
next?
today is Wednesday. Saturday, our weekly programming. Saturday, on Saturday, the day before Mother's Day, the first Mother's Day in 5 years that I will not be fasting for Ramadan.
Wow.
So I can actually eat all day
yeah.
long. On Saturday, we're going to kick off our weekly programming with, actually, it's rounding it out because Saturday is the last day of the week. So that's why I minced my words. On Saturday, Understanding Money, Part 1, 9 a.m. Saturday, Understanding Money, Part 2, 10:15 a.m. Tuesday, in the middle of the work week, The Rising Solution with Antonio Woodbury and Tavares Jones. They slide in about 12:30-ish. And then on Wednesday, Transitions with myself and Mr. Robert Henderson Jr. We have been sliding in about 12:30-ish too. Hopefully we'll get back to the 12-ish mark. If you have not done so already, please be sure to share this video with your family, with your friends. You don't want to be the only one that is growing and ascending. You want them to do so too. Share it on your timeline. Don't worry about if they like it. They're looking. Trust me. And until then, stay safe and sane.
Peace.
Peace.
We got to go.